Tonight's story is the next story about Lumi and the Land of Dreams by Kids Bedtime Stories. Before sleep arrives, there is always a moment like this. You are not asleep yet, but you are no longer fully awake. You surely know this feeling. Thoughts begin to move more slowly. Images appear for a moment and then disappear again. It is exactly then that some children feel uneasy because sleep is something you cannot see in advance. You cannot check it. You cannot hold it in your hand. And it is precisely in that moment that Lumi returns. He makes no noise. He does not interrupt your thoughts. He simply is. He sits close, as he always does, and looks calmly. He knows that every night carries a different question. One night it is silence. Another night, tiredness. And sometimes it is what comes when we close our eyes. I promised, Lumi whispers. And tonight, I will tell you a story about a girl who was afraid of dreams, not because they were frightening, but because they were unknown. The dream sparks are already gathering. Not all of them are dreams yet. Some are only thoughts. Others are feelings, waiting for their shape. Lumi stays nearby. He will explain. He will show. Nothing will happen suddenly. You do not have to fall asleep yet. You can simply listen. This story begins exactly where sleep usually hesitates. In the human world, in a room that had already known many evenings, lay a girl named Lily. Lily had soft hair and large eyes that noticed many things. During the day, she was attentive. She noticed small details, sometimes too many at once. Her room was calm. The walls were light-colored. Books and small figurines stood on a shelf. On the bed lay a blanket under which it was easy to hide. Everything was fine. And yet, Lily did not want to fall asleep. She lay on her side, her knees slightly drawn up, staring at one spot. Her breathing was shallow, as if she were afraid to breathe too deeply. She was not afraid of the night. She was afraid of dreams. When Lily closed her eyes, images appeared in her mind. Sometimes they were strange, sometimes too intense. Sometimes they changed suddenly, without warning. They were not always bad, but they were always unpredictable. And Lily did not like not knowing what would happen. If I fall asleep, she thought, I won't have any control over what I see. She squeezed the blanket tighter. Her heart was beating a little faster than she wanted. Not much, but enough to notice. Lily knew this moment. It was the point at which the night became a struggle. Maybe not yet, she thought. Maybe just a little longer. At the same time, on the other side of sleep, in the land of dreams, Lumi stopped. The light on his chest was focused, not restless, like when sleep needed understanding, not soothing. The dream sparks hovered closer than usual. "That's Lily," whispered one of them. "She's afraid of what she might see," said another. "She thinks dreams might surprise her," said the third. Lumi sat down. He did not close his eyes. He did not need to. "I understand," he said softly. "Not everyone is afraid of the same things." One of the sparks trembled. "Her dreams are sometimes too vivid," it whispered, "too similar to daytime thoughts." Lumi nodded. In the land of dreams, they knew that dreams do not come from nothing. They are born from what was seen, from what was thought, from what did not have time to settle. "We will not show her a dream yet," said Lumi. "First, we will show her where dreams come from." The dream sparks brightened gently. It was a good plan. Lumi crossed the boundary of sleep quietly, as he always did. Lily did not see him right away. First, she felt the tension in her shoulders loosening its grip. "Lily," Lumi said very gently. The girl opened her eyes. She was not frightened. The voice did not come from outside. It was close, like a thought that is not alone. "You don't have to fall asleep," said Lumi. "You can just listen." Lily swallowed. "I'm afraid of dreams," she said quietly. That was all. She did not explain more. She didn't have to. "I know," Lumi replied. "Many children are afraid. Dreams can look very real." The dream sparks hovered above the bed. One of them left a delicate trace of light. It was not an image, rather a beginning. "Would you like to see something before you fall asleep?" Lumi asked. Lily hesitated. "It won't be a dream," he added. "It will be the place where dreams are born." That was new. Lily nodded very slowly. The room began to change. It did not disappear. It simply moved farther away, as if making space for something else. Lily felt herself standing. Beneath her feet was something soft and warm. In the air hovered a gentle light, not bright, not tiring. "This is the land of dreams," said Lumi, "but not the part that dreams itself. This is the place that prepares dreams. Before them stretched a space filled with small moving lights. They were not finished images, rather fragments, a color, a feeling, a thought without shape. Dreams are not created to scare you," said Lumi. They are created so the brain can sort through the day. Lily watched carefully. One spark carried the color of her favorite dress. Another held the echo of a morning conversation. A third carried a feeling she had not managed to name. When you sleep, Lumi explained, your brain is still working, but it works more slowly, more gently. It connects things that were too chaotic during the day. And what if it connects them the wrong way? Lily asked. Lumi smiled softly. Then the dream becomes strange, he said. But strange does not mean bad. The dream spark stirred. Dreams are not enemies, Lumi added. They are messages, sometimes clumsy, sometimes too loud. And nightmares? Lily asked. Lumi settled back on his hind legs and tilted his head so their gazes came closer together. Nightmares are trying to say something too, he replied. They just don't always know how. Lily looked at the sparks. Some were calm, others tangled. And what if I don't want to listen to them? She asked. Then we'll teach them to speak more softly, said Lumi. The dream sparks glowed warmly. Or I'll show you how to leave a dream, he added. Because you can always leave a dream. Lily took a deeper breath. For the first time that night, sleep stopped looking like a threat. Lily stood in the place where dreams were born and breathed more calmly than she had just moments before. The lights around her moved slowly. They did not press. They did not rush. They were like thoughts that had not yet decided what they wanted to become. Are they all dreams? Lily asked. Not yet, Lumi replied. For now, they are only possibilities. The dream sparks hovered low, almost at the level of her hands. One drifted closer, but did not touch her. It stopped at a safe distance, as if waiting for permission. Before a dream becomes a dream, said Lumi, it is made of small things. He gestured toward the sparks. Images you saw during the day, feelings that appeared even briefly, thoughts that did not have time to settle. Lily looked closely at one spark. Inside it was something familiar, like a memory that did not yet have a shape. And when does it become a nightmare? She asked quietly. Lumi did not answer right away. He allowed the question to exist. Sometimes, he said at last, a nightmare forms when a thought is very frightened and is left alone. The dream sparks shifted gently. The brain tries to understand it, Lumi added, but it does so by feeling its way around, like in a dark room. And that's when it becomes scary? Lily asked. And that's when it becomes loud, Lumi replied. And loud things often look scarier than they truly are. Lily thought of the dreams she remembered, of the moments she woke up with her heart pounding, not fully knowing why. And what if the dream starts to scare me? She asked. Lumi smiled calmly. Then you can do something very important, he said. You can remember that it is still a dream. One of the sparks glowed more warmly, and you can use an anchor, he added. An anchor? Lily repeated. Something that helps you return to a feeling of safety, Lumi explained. It can be very simple. He moved a little farther on. The space around them shifted softly, as if responding to his words. It can be your breathing, or imagining something familiar, or a thought like, I am safe. Does it work? Lily asked. It works better the more often you remember it, Lumi replied, because dreams learn together with you. Lily looked at her hands. Can I try now? Of course, said Lumi. The dream sparks arranged themselves into a gentle circle. One of them began to pulse in the rhythm of Lily's breathing. Close your eyes, said Lumi, but only for a moment, so you still know you are here. Lily closed her eyes. Take a slow breath in, Lumi said, and now breathe out. Imagine something that feels safe. Lily thought of her bed, of her blanket, of morning, when the world is still quiet but already bright. Her breathing deepened. This is your anchor, said Lumi. You can return to it whenever you want. Lily opened her eyes. And if I forget? She asked. Then the dream can remind you, Lumi replied. Because dreams are not against you. They are part of you. The land of dreams shifted softly. The lights began to come together, not into sharp images, but into gentle shapes. Now, said Lumi, the dreams are ready. Do I have to go back? Lily asked. Yes, Lumi replied, but not alone. The space began to drift away slowly. The sparks rose higher, as if returning to their places. Lily felt herself lying in her bed again. The blanket was soft, the room calm, the night present, but not overwhelming. She closed her eyes. This time, the images that appeared were slower. They were like single scenes that did not push forward. Lily saw a soft path similar to the one in the land of dreams, light moving across it very slowly, and colors without sharp edges. There were no sudden changes. Nothing jumped out. The images appeared one by one, as if each were quietly asking whether it could stay a little longer, as if the dreams knew they did not need to rush. If something became too intense, Lily returned in her thoughts to her breathing, to the feeling of being safe, and that was enough. Somewhere very close, Lumi watched for a moment longer. Good dreams need courage too, he whispered, and you already have it. Lily slept. She did not notice the moment when sleep took her. She simply allowed herself to drift. And in the land of dreams, the dream sparks returned to their places, knowing that this night everything had found its shape. And now, before the night drifts on, Lumi stays a moment longer. He's here, close, calm. He's looking at you. If sometimes you're afraid of dreams, that is okay. Many children are. Dreams are only stories trying to say something. Sometimes they do it clumsily, sometimes too loudly, but they are never enemies. If an image appears tonight, remember your anchor, your breathing, the thought that says, I am safe. Lumi knows that every dream is different, and every night he learns together with you. In the land of dreams, there are many more stories, and many children who need a story just like this one. Lumi will return, because he always does. For now, though, there is no need to think about that. Your bed is safe. Your blanket knows how to hold you, and the night does not have to be perfect for you to fall asleep. Sleep peacefully. Good night.